what happened to Ayo?
Yeah, the popular content creator.
This guy, the question that the people in quotes, police people asked him is ridiculous. Why do we have this kind of amount in is that so simple? Have that kind of amount? No, stop this. So far, is there any law that say if you're below 30, you should have 5 or 10 million in your account?
Do you understand? The psalmist sang. Dangote. That psalmist. I don't know what about.
The person that has 200 followers and is keeping his IG page on private, the person's parents can be billionaires. You are upcoming body. And you're putting your listing on 200 on private, 500 followers. In fact, you want 5 followers. I don't care.
If you're being pressured on success, you have to understand that this is a journey.
Yeah.
It's step by step. You don't have the big picture. You only have puzzles, and you're.
Hello everyone, you're welcome again back to InReality podcast.
That's right.
We are really happy to be back here again. It's been an amazing week. Mm-hmm. I believe last week was really interesting. Last week was really amazing. Yeah. So welcome to InReality podcast. I am your host, Williams Evidence, and I'm here with my amazing co-host.
Oh, yeah, my glorious, the proud co-host of this amazing podcast. And we're here with somebody very special, somebody with a lot of intellect and depth in the things of God.
Depth? You mean depth?
We call him Firebender. He's here to pour charges.
That's right.
Alright, so we're here with...
Hello, my name is David Kwe, and this is my humble self.
Alright, so David, just tell us a briefing about yourself. What do you do? Who are you? Just a brief.
Okay, I am David Kwe, a native of Ogoni.
You know when they say like if you're filling the form and at the end of the form they say confirm if you're alien, confirm if you're human. So confirm if you're human or
yes, I'm human, flesh and blood. Alright. So I'm the CEO of Plug Boy Gadgets.
Hey!
CEO.
My name is the CEO.
Yeah, also CEOs too.
Please. What's CEO of InReality?
Yeah, so I sell phones, we buy, we swap, and also I have a passion too for public speaking, which I'm working on. And maybe in the nearest future, you'll be seeing me on the screens very soon. I'm working on that.
Yeah, that's good.
That's good. So nice to meet you, David. So he says his cell phone. So if you want to buy phones anywhere in Nigeria, right, gadgets, any type of gadget, Plug Boy, got you covered. Alright, so we'll be moving on with today's topic. A very, very interesting topic.
Very interesting.
And this is going to touch the hearts of many young people.
Yeah.
So today we're talking about the pressure to be successful before 25.
Are you successful yet?
I'm successful. Stay tuned to find out. Alright, so Williams, what does success mean to you generally? Right.
Okay, so basically, today in church we were talking about purpose, and I was hearing what some persons were saying. I was smiling because I was hearing some things, and I was also hearing like some good things. So for me, before I answer what success means, for me, I'll answer what success does not mean. So for me, first of all, success doesn't mean getting to the full desire of your dreams. First, before now you're not successful. Success means working in purpose for me. And for me, purpose, according to the story of Esther, now you can have dreams to be successful, to be the richest man in Africa and all of that. That is good, that is beautiful, that is our dream. But that's not our purpose. God has a higher plan for us. Esther's dream, Esther's goal probably might be to get to be the wife to the king, to get to be the queen. But her purpose is now working as an agent that God is going to use to deliver Israel. Right. So that is her purpose. Purpose is in the hands of God. Dream, ambition can be in the hands of man. So for me, success means working in purpose, no matter how small, no matter the level you are.
Exactly right. So, like you said, purpose is working in God's design. Right. Many people mistake their career, their ambitions to be purpose. No, purpose is success is working in the purpose of God for your life. So it doesn't matter where you are, right? As long as you're working in the desire for God. But do you have anything to say on that?
Okay, like you said, you cannot talk about the word success without talking about purpose. And you see, as a person, you can have your purpose and also have your ambition. But if you're working in fulfilling the purpose for your life while also chasing your ambition, you can also say, okay, I'm being successful. And you can see some people when they are small, you can actually say, okay, by so and so age, I want to have so and so things. They might actually go and have that particular thing, but then there's this void inside of them, like, I'm not really doing what I'm meant to do. So if you're chasing your purpose for life and you also have your ambition by the side, if you can put those things together and you're still standing strong despite everything, I'll say to me that's success.
Yeah, perfect, right? So my next question is this. So why do you think there is so much pressure? So like you said, right, purpose is you working why did we say purpose? Success is you working in the purpose of God for your life. Right? So why do you think that young people in this generation are so eager to be successful?
Well, first of all, there's pressure everywhere. Yes. The country we find ourselves in.
Sorry, let me cut you short. So not just to be successful, to achieve, they are obsessed with early success. So before I'm 25, before I'm 30, I want to buy my car, I want to build the house and all those things.
Self-pleasing. Most persons that look, I know that we want to be successful to advance God's kingdom and all of them. But trust me, if you actually look at the line motives of most young persons, you will see that every dream boils down to themselves. Everyone wants to get rich because nobody wants to be seen as a failure tomorrow. Yes. Everyone wants to be successful because nobody wants to be seen as a failure tomorrow. Like, there is a pressure upon young people when they think about comparing themselves. Okay, let me share a story. Last year, a friend of mine, we grew up together, right? Her parents is wealthy, right? Much wealthy. So we grew up together in Port Harcourt and she relocated to Lagos. Last year, I think either November or December, she took a flight, booked a hotel in Port Harcourt, took a flight from Lagos to Port Harcourt just to come and see her friends, her childhood friends. Wow. I wasn't even aware that she was coming. You know, when she got to Port Harcourt, oh, Williams, where are you? Man, I was like, great. She just took a flight just to come and see us because she hasn't seen us in years. Wow. But I told her that, okay, I have a meeting because she met me in church. I told her that, I had a meeting. Okay, so we just discussed, took pictures. I told her that I have a meeting to attend. Trust me, I didn't have any meeting. I came back upstairs to think of my life. I came back up. I was like, wait. First of all, flight is how much? To and fro, around 3 and 4. How much?
About 300K.
No, she booked a hotel for herself. And this is not someone that say, okay, in a man, book her for her. This girl, that she's self-sufficient. I said, God. I went up to think of my life. That alone can. So one of the things that funds that desire to success of God 25 is pressure from people, pressure from friends, pressure from society.
Exactly. So the question is, right, as young people, because the truth is we can easily talk, right? But how do we block out that pressure? Like, you are in a space where everybody around you is doing.
First of all, let's hear your story. Are you pressured?
Why all me for color? The truth is, you cannot not be pressured. Yes. That's just the truth. You cannot not be pressured. But the what's the word? The most important thing is what you do with that pressure. Right? Many people, two things are involved. Two things are involved. Number one, the pressure will lead you to doing something. Yeah. Yes. But even in that doing something, you could do something bad or something good. Right, that's the first thing. Or number two, you now begin, and you see, it's a very bad part because the second one is that you now start believing that everybody is a criminal. There's something I do. Come on, there's something I do. So literally, I was coming to church. Was it yesterday? Yesterday, after the video, day before yesterday, I was going home and I saw a young guy driving a GL. That car is nothing less. I don't know the year. That looks like yes. So, but that looks like a 2020 model. That car is nothing less than 60-80 million naira. This guy cannot be up to 30. The first thing that came to my mind is this guy na young boy. But I had to stop myself in that point, and because he could be, I don't care. But I will not allow myself to believe that everybody is successful.
And I think that's one of our problem in this country. Any person, okay, look at what happened to Ayo.
The popular content creator.
This guy, the question that the people in quotes, police people asked him is ridiculous. Why do we have this kind of amount in is that so simple? Have that level of amount? No, start this. Is there any law that says if you're below 30, you shouldn't have 5 or 10 million in your account?
Do you understand?
So do you understand? This is the nation. See, I feel one of the dying contributors to this is poverty.
It's poverty. Yes. And it's a poverty in the mind as well.
It's a poverty in the mind.
It's poverty in the mind. So I try to stop myself from believing that even if they are, let me see have a hope that it's possible. Right? Because if I keep saying, once I see a young person doing it, he's a criminal, he's a thief, then I'm blocking myself from actually receiving that kind of blessing. But then again, there are other people who allow the pressure to force them to do the wrong thing. The truth is, there must be an understanding to life. Everything that is built well is built on solid foundation, and it takes time. Everything that is built, it takes time. If you're going to build something that would last, it takes time. Anything that you rush to build, there's a way somebody said it. If you quickly go up, you quickly come down. That kind of thing. So when you grow, you stay there. Do you understand? So that's just it, right? We have to have that mentality that it takes time. And usually when we talk about successful, most people equate it to money. Right? It's the amount of money, but it's not true. Like we've already established purpose and the rest. Most people equate it to money, alright? But the kind of money that we are looking for in this our generation, the kind of money we are looking for. Because to be honest, think of it. First of all, for you're under 25, most likely you're still in school. Your parents are still funding you. Your parents are giving you. What else do you want? Why do you want to drive this car?
See, there's this thing about the human nature that whenever you're like giving something, there's just this human nature that wants more. Human nature just wants more, and that's why no matter how rich a person comes, there's no satisfaction.
Exactly.
You still want more.
Exactly.
So David, have you been at any brink of pressure before when you get to do something negative?
Actually, one thing people don't usually understand is that the road to success is a journey, it's a walk. It's a journey, and if you're being, you see, if you're being pressured on success, you have to understand that this is a journey. It's step by step. You don't have the big picture. You only have puzzles, and you're you're putting the puzzles together. You know, the Bible is speaking. It said in the last days the love for money will go and will wax cold. And that thing is one of the factors to affecting our generation, because most people now, if you talk to them, you find out that these people, they are not pressured about success. They're only pressured about money.
So this money is success.
That's I know the most part. You can never have enough.
Yes.
The psalmist sang. Dangote. That sounds. I don't know what you are talking about. He sang that song. When you think of it, his net worth is over $50 billion. I read him saying it recently. There's one politician that stole. I can't remember the amount. Whether it was like 50 billion naira or thereabout.
I think 30 billion. They jailed him.
Yes.
4 or something. Yes.
Exactly. And they calculated that if this guy spends 1 million naira every day till he dies, I'm not accurate, I don't know the amount. But the person that they arrested, the one I saw on the news, they said it will take him 80 years to spend that money with him.
1 million.
1 million. Do you know what it means to spend 1 million every day? So the question is, he had all that money. What is he still looking for? Why are people still looking for more? Because money will not satisfy you.
And the most persons who are looking for more, they are in their old age.
Exactly.
Just die. Die and go now. Die. Give
Did you see that tweet online about Elon Musk when he posted that money doesn't bring happiness? It was Matt that put that.
See, the truth is, so let me tell you a story. I was in my class, right, in 100 level. SVG, I remember. So the woman was actually the lecturer. She was talking, and I don't remember what she was talking about. But then people started rioting and all of that. And she was asking a question that, what do you people really want? And she was like, money is not everything. If you see the way the class was, everybody, and me, I kept quiet because you see, they are not in the position she is. And because you are not in the position she is, you will never understand what she's saying. When you get there, you find out. If someone like Elon Musk can say, maybe other people will say, make a first touch and give me relax. People that are there are telling you that money is not everything. So why are you putting yourself under pressure of something that can never be satisfied?
There's an African proverb that says that what a parent sees
Sitting down.
A child cannot see
Exactly.
Standing up. Now, I think it was Papa that said something. He said that the difference between young people and older people is just one thing. The older person have been young before.
Has never been old.
Yes. Now, this thing also applies to finances.
Yeah.
People who are up there.
Yeah.
Some of them, they have been poor before. But you guys poor. You have never been rich. So when they are telling you that money is not everything, I think that we equating success to money is actually absurd. It's ridiculous. And it's not keeping us in a box whereby most persons now who are desiring this money, I'm not trying to throw shade, but they are females. When the guys are desiring the money, you will notice, especially in Africa, that the desire for this money for guys is to please a woman.
Yes. Yeah, no, it's not a lie. It's really not a lie.
It's to please a woman.
As we go now, guy, if I want to, I go asking for money.
Find me 2K.
Find me 2K. No stress. But as a guy now, you call the ask woman, you didn't feel it. I'm a man. Yeah, that kind of thing, right? So it's really absurd. Now, so my next question is going to be this, right? How then do you successfully hold yourself from I won't say feeling the pressure because you will feel it, but how do you hold yourself and control yourself from allowing it to push you to do the wrong thing? So probably your answer and then William your answer.
Okay, so for this, I think as you have the big picture, you also have somebody you're looking at. I was listening to a reel online and he was talking about a billionaire. He said he started his journey along the line. He lost everything. He lost everything, but the thing is that you cannot lose that experience. You cannot lose that knowledge. So he was able to start again, step by step, build up and have more than he had before. So if you have somebody you're looking at, you know that okay, this person passed through this thing and I'm passing through. So it's easier for you to listen to him, you hear what he has to say, and you try to walk in it. And also the peers you have a way of influencing it.
Exactly.
So if you have people around that, okay, they know that this is success, it's a journey. You're going step by step.
Building it together.
There are sometimes that you can maybe see things like you said, you saw someone in a GOP. You can also meet people and say like, guy, calm down. We are still going to get there. It's easy for you to calm down. If you are among people that, as you saw the GOP, they say, guy, pastor said they feel like they two brothers that they said this year they were right there, they were right there.
No shit. Right. There's something he said that I really love, right? He said it's you have to the story that I talked about, the man losing everything and building it back. And there was something I heard once, and it stood to me since then, right? The person that said it was like, the goal is not to make a million. The goal is to become the person that can make a million. You know why? Because if you make a million once, you can lose it and that's the end. But if you become the person that makes money, wherever if you lose it, you can make it again. And this is the problem, because young people are not building something sustainable.
Yes.
If what they are currently doing right now, they crash and stop working, they are done. They don't have any other.
Yes.
Elon Musk was saying, I don't know what we call Elon Musk. He did an interview, and the interviewer asked him, what will if you were to lose everything? If you were to lose everything, do you think you'll be able to gain it all back again? And he was like, first of all, it's not very possible for him to lose everything. But even if he loses everything, that his shares, his companies, and all of that, that the knowledge he has he can't lose it. So he can replicate what you have done.
So everything boils down to knowledge.
It boils down to knowledge.
Just like we heard the story sometime of a man whose company was burning down, and when he went to the factory, he saw all the industry, everything burning down.
Yeah.
He called his family immediately and rushed down to the place.
And
he told them, I seen this kind of fire before. Now, the normal human mind is meant to be scared. But the idea behind it is that if I've built this place before,
I can build it.
I can build it again. Now, someone also shared the story, and they asked, I don't know who they are interviewing. This is madam, they want to say something that you don't really know the author. They just say a psalmist or a wise man won't say. So I heard the story of someone. They interviewed him and they asked him that if you lose everything and they give you $100 note, how can you build it back? His answer is here. One of the things is that one of the ways to know people who legitimately built their wealth is the knowledge, the level of knowledge they have. If you see someone who has a cheap route towards success, when you have conversation with them, you will realize that they are having debt. They are really empty. So you ask this man, if you were stripped of every single penny, every asset, every stock that you have, and they give you $100 note, what will you do? Can you guess his answer? He said that he will go to a restaurant where they sell a cup of coffee for $100, and he will buy a cup of coffee there and drink. What's the idea behind it? If they can sell a cup of coffee for $100, the people who will be in that restaurant are people who can afford a cup of coffee for $100. So he's going there for association. And if you have the right association, your destination is secure.
Too much lines. Right, so now we're going to the next question is this. Now, we've said, right, success is working in the purpose of God for your life, right? We've also said you should not allow the pressure move you to do the wrong things, right? Like you just said, association will determine your destination. Right, so we've said that. So now the question is, according to you, right, you guys, what do you think as a young person, right? I'm a young person now, I'm just coming on, right? And I'm seeing everybody. Okay, before I ask this, I'll ask this next. Do you think so? Because we need to balance this. Do you think it's actually possible to achieve success before 25?
Sure, it's very possible.
Alright, so give us a reason to.
See, there are different things online that if you, it boils down to exposure. Because there are so many persons that have been exposed to some things earlier, like just with I show speed. How old is I show speed? 21. Do you know who is that one? So I think it boils down to exposure, number one. It boils down to knowledge, because it's easier for you to get money, but if you don't know the basis or the principles about making wealth, you will lose that money very easily. So knowledge, I said exposure, then knowledge. If you have these two things and you put it together, the sky is your starting point.
Alright, so William, for me, I think, as I said before, relationship, right? Build the right connection. Look at what Dr. Lumide said sometimes. You see, if you're 25, if you're less than 25, and you don't have two persons, one of the easiest ways to build success, you know that you guys are earning 20,000 a month. You guys can say 10 of you save this amount of money. So at the end of the year, when the money accumulates, you guys will do a mutual fund and probably use the money to buy an asset. Right? Over time, that asset will appreciate. If you guys sell that asset and diversify that money, you will have like times 3 of what you guys originally invested. So having the right association who have the knowledge, just like you said, that same knowledge. So the key foundation is knowledge. The next thing is to find people who have that same knowledge as you. Then trust me, wealth is secure. But riches is not wealth. You can be rich and not be wealthy. Wealth is sustainable. Riches can fluctuate.
We've been so much wisdom, right? So what I've noticed, right, a lot of what we're talking about here banks on knowledge, right? If you have the right knowledge, you will be able to do better, right? You won't feel the pressure that you are feeling. So it's very obvious that with most of the things we've talked about today, that knowledge is one of the most important things, right? So help you with achieving your goals, achieving success in life, right? Whether it's early or not, right? But the main point is knowledge is important. So the question is this. As a young person, I'm growing up, right? I'm seeing what everybody is doing around, but I don't want to go down the wrong path. I want to do the right thing. I want to build success whilst working in the purpose of God for my life. How do I gain this knowledge? What sources do I use to get this knowledge? What exactly? From the very point, what do I do? Like, in fact, this person does not know anything. They are confused about their purpose. They are confused. How do they gain knowledge and how do they start the journey? So, what will you answer?
So how did you get clarity first? Because I think sharing from personal experience is going to be like,
Yeah.
Okay, first things first, I had to take the decision. I said, okay, I am about to walk this particular path, but I have no knowledge on where I'm going to.
Yeah.
First things first, I looked for people that have actually walked this path that I've walked, trying to understand their journey.
Yeah.
Then you gain knowledge not only by reading but by listening too. So who are you listening to counts too. So I began to like scrutinize people I'm listening to. Have like as I have right now, I have names of 12 people I listen to, one person per month. I listen to their message or their podcast 2 to 3 times before I change it to the next one.
person.
So I'm trying to like mix all these things together. I also have books. Okay, I read books. I'm timing myself 2 hours every day. You can find out that okay, after a long while, you're able to cover a lot of books. So with this, another thing too is application. There was something I read. They said you can't tell me you know something until I see you doing it. So it's easier for you to read something and not apply it, and there's you reading and actually applying it. So another thing you understand that results, you can actually draw people to with results. So if you're showing your results, it's easier for you to say, okay, I've walked this path. You too, let me hold your hand and then take the person through it. So
okay, so me personally, before you go for knowledge, my key 3 words that I hold very dear to me, that sometimes you go for seminars, you go for conferences, 21 ways to make money, 109 ways to gain structural relationships, different this thing. You don't even know. Yesterday I was in a conference. Structures to do this, structures to the Pastor Lengi said, we have too much head about structures. Can you tell us? What do you do about tell us structure? You be construction officer. So God just showed me 3 things. Important 3 things. KIP, knowledge, implementation, persistence. If you just do these 3 things, you'll be solid successful.
yes.
And before you gain knowledge, you must first of all understand what you want to gain knowledge about.
Yes.
So the first is to catch a vision.
Yes.
Then, with that vision you have caught, gather necessary knowledge. See, ChatGPT has made this easy.
Yes.
People are not realizing it. Do you get?
Yes.
Ask ChatGPT, I have a dream to become a speaker. I don't know anything about becoming a speaker. What can I do to become a speaker? Give me steps on things to become a speaker. I don't have a good iPhone. Give me suggestions on what to do. Break down your problems there.
Yes.
If you give, okay, do this, do this, do this.
Yes.
It will break down everything for you. Then you follow those steps. Now you've gotten the vision. The next thing to do is to start gathering knowledge. That's when you go to ChatGPT. You read books. You have mentors.
Yes.
After all these things, implementation. Knowledge is the gathering of information regarding a particular vision. Implementation is the continuous practice of the knowledge. No, implementation is the application of the knowledge of that. Then persistence is the continuous application of implementation. If you can know, implement, and persist, you will surely be visible.
Oh my God. We are talking about, see. Before I even talk about that, are you listening to the things that I was saying? See, I can't vouch for many other people.
I will listen to this podcast again.
I can vouch for the people that are seated here. See, it is possible. Not everybody in this generation is wasting their time.
Yes.
Not everybody in this generation is confused.
Yes.
I want you to understand this. In fact, because one thing about me is, and you work for other people, when I see people my age doing something, it motivates me to do it. Right? So before I even talk, right, just so that these people can know that it is possible, can you tell me one thing that you are implementing this year and you've been consistent with, and it looks like it is working out, and you know if you continue on this path, you will attain success? Just one thing.
Okay, one thing that I know that if I'm consistent in, it will surely lead to success. Now, last day I was following a lot of persons online. This year I said that I'm going to narrow my vision. Right? I'm going to reduce being in different active groups, reduce being everywhere. Just narrow the vision. See, trust me, InReality podcast is a blessing.
It is.
Yes.
is a blessing. I know how it started. Sometimes I keep asking myself, what is actually motivating us?
Yeah.
Because we have been shooting before, full studies full. We have been shooting before, the light goes off. We have been shooting before, someone on a chainsaw outside the courtroom. And it was very loud. But what is keeping us motivated? We have seen something.
Yes.
We have heard something.
Exactly.
So look, I know that if I'm consistent in this thing, it will surely go well. Now, in regarding my other creation part, content creation and everything, I'm following ED Achibong.
Okay.
And that's one that is really consistent. I'm following Haley Mulenda Records. She's a public speaker. That's someone also that's very consistent. She said that you are too broke not to be disabled. Okay, you can say, oh, I don't like being out there. I don't like being in a private life, in a public life. I don't like to do my thing in school. Excuse me, how much do you have?
How much is your bank account?
How much do you have? That
you don't I don't want people to see my face out there. Who are you? Who is your father?
How much do you have? You have 500 followers yet, so put in your IG.
You know that God bless you. Now see, some people you got people we actually should put on private.
Yeah.
But you, who knows you? If you're not private, who cares? You're going to do things like be reasonable. See, let me tell you about our content creation. The Holy Spirit hammered me. Look at your mates are doing things. Your mates are being consistent. Your mates are posting content. All these rubbish content. Rubbish content, saying rubbish. One of them said, I am big, I know. I'm not calling you. Right? But yeah, those guys have millions of followers out there. Why? Like you said, KIP, knowledge implementation, and persistence.
Yes.
Persistently doing it. Ashok came to Nigeria. They asked him, how, I don't know the question they didn't go ask him, but it was something like, when did you start? He said 2016 or so.
Yes, 2016.
That boy has been doing this thing from 2016. I remember, there's a sound that is very popular that I had just one follower and that follower kept me going. Yeah. That was Ashok that said it. He was saying, oh, he had just one follower, that follower kept him going. Then it was 2, then it was 3, like that. He had just that for months, for years, but he kept on going, persistent. But you are out there doing nobody is coming to freaking save you. Nobody is coming to save you. Nobody is coming to save you.
Want to save
your
yourself.
life is in your hand.
let me get my glasses because let me see my face.
Your life is in your hand. Your life is in your hand. If you don't do something about your life, you will be poor and broke.
Yes.
You will be poor and broke. See, I don't know how to take on this thing. This thing they pay me.
The people you're competing with, they have more than you.
Yes.
The person that has 200 followers and is keeping his IG page on private, the person's parents can be billionaires. You are all coming back. And you're putting your listing on 200 on private, 500 followers. In fact, you want 5 followers. I don't care. You're putting on private. It's not you now. Who knows you? Your father.
What are you private in? See, we need to have knowledge and understanding.
Yes.
People are using this platform. You just talked about ChatGPT. People are using these things. One of my friends in school just showed me something, right? How she creates animation from chat. Simple prompts. And every day she's consistently posting. In the next couple of months, that girl is going to be big. And you will be in your house. You are the one following, liking, subscribing. But people are, let me tell you something. In life, there are 2 categories of people. There are creators and there are consumers, right? So you either call it producers and consumers. And you see, in these 2 people, one is always paying while one is collecting. The producers are the ones that are always collecting from the consumers. And so the producers continue giving you content and you continue paying for it. Yes. If you don't become a producer at something, you will always spend your money and you will never make money. It's as simple as that. People are producing content for you and you are the one paying for them because you are consuming it. You are consuming goods and services. You are consuming content. You are consuming. What are you offering to the world? The Bible says, for he knows the plans he has for you, plans of good and not of evil. He tells you, before I formed you in the womb, I knew you, I ordained you. There is a call of God upon your life. If you don't begin to walk in that step, you are going to remain where you are. Pastor Kimberly said something today, and I've never thought of it that way. God is not on your side. God is on his side.
Yes.
If you like, stay on your side and leave God's side. You'll be very poor and very broke. But by the time you transition to God's side, which is God's will for your life, you begin to see results. Ephesians 3:20. What's that? What's the distance? Something about what's that? This thing? Ephesians 3:20. Abundantly. To do far more exceedingly and abundantly according to the power that works in you.
And see, he didn't say all we could ask. He said
all we could ask for.
When I saw that, so our thought is actually unspoken words.
I said so. Let's even do an exercise. Close your eyes now. Think of something that if you have it, you'll be the biggest person in the world. Like you'll be the most happiest person in the world. Me, I don't know my private jet. But you see what the Bible is telling us, that God can do more than that.
Yeah.
More than your. As long as you can think it, just so that God can do more than it. But the clause is according to the power that works in you. If you are not doing something, God will not come and wake you up from your bed. Oh God, go and walk.
According to the power that works in you, not according to the power in Him. So the power has to work within you, from within you. And that power, for you to be able to walk in that life, to bring about the reality of your thoughts or actions, it means that you should have engaged that power, believe that power, and ensure that power has grown to a certain result that it can, to a certain level that it can create certain results.
Exactly. Results speak. Results speak. Let's begin to round up.
Okay, but before we go back to the next thing, please ensure that you've liked, you've commented, you've subscribed to our YouTube channel on Spotify. Leave us on a 5-star rating. Now, good news, InReality podcast, we have a website. So go to your web page, Safari, Google Chrome, or whatever web app you're using, and just type in realitypod.lovable.app. On the app, you can see a lot about myself and my co-host. You can also see a form in case you want to be a guest on the show. You can fill the form and we'll have you on board. Now let's get back to the show.
Alright, so I'm going to ask my final question and then we go with this. Right? We are young people and we are growing. We are becoming something that what God has for us. Right? So give us, in your own words, I know you talked about knowledge, implementation, and persistence, and then you also talked about knowledge, also talked about exposure, right?
Yes.
Exactly. Right. So just for young people out there who they are currently working in reality, so we talked about purpose, right? That you need to catch a vision, you need to know what God has said about your life, and everybody has something about their life, right? So, but then let me use myself as an example, right? So I'm somebody who, like, I'm talking for them, right? So let's say I'm a person that I already know my purpose, I already know my call, right? And I'm beginning to work in it, I'm trying to develop myself and I'm growing in it, right? But I still feel the pressure around me. Now sometimes, but we're talking about pressure, we're talking about from social media or peer pressure. But then there are also pressure from family.
Sure.
Yes. And I think we should spend a minute to talk about that, right? Sure. What do you have to say about people who are being pressured from family? In the sense that you are a young person, you are not even up to 21. But you already have to start taking care of your family. You have to start taking care of your sisters. You have to start taking, right? Papa made mention of during the release of destiny, something about the oldest daughter had to be a prostitute to send all the younger siblings to school. And then after that, the younger siblings, wives, and all of that were used to call her, they were despising her, calling her Ashawo and all that, right? But the siblings did not tell their spouse that the reason she's doing this thing is because of us, and that's why we are where we are today, right? So what do you say about talk to people currently in that situation? What can you say to them?
Look, first of all, let me say this, that it's not the responsibility of a 21, 22-year-old person to take care of the parents.
It's very sad.
That person is still a youth. Or a 19. Some parents, they allow 15, 16, 17, and what they keep saying is that your mates out there are making money.
These are the issues.
So your mates out there are making money.
Parents, stop it.
These are the issues.
Stop it. You brought this child into the world. Take care of this child. The least you can do for them is tertiary education.
Yes.
Let them finish school before you even mention getting a job.
Yes.
Please continue. Look, I had a friend of mine who came to me and she was crying. She said that this girl is about 21. She said that the parents are trying to attend her to get married at 21. because the guy who came for her that guy should be 30 something, and he's outside the country. Because of that,
outside the country.
Now, do you know why she was crying? Because they have, when they have blackmailed you, and you can't even think straight. She's not, instead of thinking of her future, her life, her reason now has changed. She's not thinking of, God, if I don't accept this, am I making the right decision? They have put her in that box that now she's not even thinking about her future again. Now she's thinking about, okay, is this the right thing to do? Is this not the right thing to do? They are considering evil because her parents are of that pressure. So please, see, it's not the responsibility of a 21-year-old person to take care of the parent. Now, if you make money early as a young person, you can do that. Of course. So they are 10-year-olds outside the country. I saw when Steve Harvey was interviewing a young girl, I think she's about 5-6. She wrote a book, Making Millions of Naira. Of course, the parents will call it. If I'm your family, you don't have sense yet. I will collect. I'll collect. Let me and train you. I'll collect. No, but if there's a certain level that, okay, 20, 21, you're seeing money, you can shop with your parents. This doesn't mean that because you're seeing money as a young person, you won't have a parent. But it's not your responsibility at that age. Yes. It's not your responsibility. I believe at 25, that's when you can minimum. Yes. So, what do you have to say about that?
They have to say, parents, allow your children grow.
Allow
them grow. See, in a man's life, there are certain seasons, and if you're in the afternoon season of your life, it's a time for you to go for self-discovery. Know who you are. You cannot be in the afternoon season of your life and you're trying to cater for yourself and for your family. I heard somebody say something. I told myself, I am nobody's breadwinner. I cater for myself alone. I will bake the bread and chop. I will bread meat for myself. My bread.
Finally, the joker says something. He said, breadwinner. You be there doing breadwinner, winning bread. She said, sometimes buy coke. Sit down. Sure. Some bread win. Sure. Chop on bread before you die. If you die, you shut up. They'll shut up. And you never bread. They will upset that they didn't receive some crate of malt.
You see? So young boy, young girl, calm down. There's still time. If you listen to some of all these people that are up there, you find out that it's not even in their 20s they make their millions. It's not in their 30s. Sometimes you hear in their 40s, in their 50s, in their 60s. There's still time. Allow that vision grow. Nurture it.
See, in every man's life, there are times and seasons, and you made mention of something, and I'll expand on that a bit. He said the afternoon season of your life. Every young person, I heard one thing one time. They said from age 18 to age 22, 25 should be the stingiest years of your life. Meaning you don't give your attention to anybody but self-development. Because that's when you are laying the foundation for your life. Listen to me. If you are within this age bracket, you have no business pushing and trying to live a life that you are not. Right now, it's the period for you to calm down, discover who you are, catch the vision, gather knowledge like they've said, implement it and start working it, because everything takes time. Everything takes time.
Every solid thing
takes time. Be as stingy as possible to yourself, and it's the same word for parents. No parent has the right to ask his child to pay his school fees, whatever type of school fees, as long as he's below university. He should not be paying his school fees. That is, you brought him into the world. It's your responsibility. Don't put this pressure on these young people, because you see, the thing that good is the enemy of best. You can be getting, you can have something now that is good, but it's not what God plans for you, and that's not the best for you. So by putting pressure on these children, they may actually go outside and actually find something that will be supporting themselves. But because of that, you see, your time is like a currency. If it is spent on something, it can be spent somewhere else. If you spend your time doing what is not in your core, you are wasting away from what you are supposed to actually be doing. So, for instance, somebody who is supposed to be a public speaker and is supposed to be training himself in public speaking, but because his parents are putting pressure, right? Look at us now. They talk to the pay. They want to pay us. They talk now. Exactly, right? But that person is supposed to be a public speaker, supposed to be doing what we are doing, right? And Glory to God for our parents, because we are not under that kind of pressure. Imagine your parents putting under that pressure. Maybe by now you will carry one, do that one. Instead of training yourself in what God has called you to do. And that's what parents, that's what you are doing to your children. You are distracting them from what God really wants them to do. And let me tell you the danger. Children, see, at this point, he was there. So one of our friends told us that forcing her to go to do medicine and surgery. But she does not have a flair for it. Right now, she got her admission into a course for physics. And they are telling her that she will still write, she should be going to class now, but she will still write jam to do medicine and surgery. I'm like, what is the meaning of it? She does not have flair. Even the physics she's doing, that's not what she wants to do. She was like, our parents are jobs. Not that other job. How many jobs are in the country now? Oh my God. But the thing is, so some people are actually in that tight situation. Almost see, let me tell you. The problem is when you say things like that now, some people will take it to the extreme. Some people that don't, because at the end of the day, when your parents talk, there is wisdom to what they are saying. There's always wisdom. Right? But there are some that are too. Once you find counsel, please use sense. Wrong. You know why? Because in the next 20, 30 years, most of our parents will not be alive. Whether we like it or not.
And the worst part is that even though they are alive, they will not still blame you.
Do you get?
But they won't know that
you won't remember that separated you from that call. It is you that is going to live. Look at the story you're talking about. Imagine that girl gets married to that guy, and her marriage is miserable. Is it her parents are going to suffer it?
I've been heard of situations where they allowed the woman to marry the man, and then they went to take her back because of abuse.
Because of abuse. They're the ones that they want
to back. It's the child that will suffer it. Don't see, at the end of the day, you have full autonomy over your life. Anything you want to do by yourself, so that if it goes bad, you carry on the head. If it goes good, well and good. No. But don't let another person make a decision for you, because you will not be doing what somebody else asks you to do, and they will not feeling fulfilled. And what if it goes bad? Like you said, they will still be the ones to tell you, look at your mate, look at your life. Why is your life bad like that? The same people that ask you to do it. This is wickedness.
It's wickedness.
It's wickedness. In the highest order. It's witchcraft. It's worse than witchcraft. Muddy waters.
Please. Okay, but for the young people out there, right? Let's understand something, that currency is not just money. So there are different types of currency. Money is the least of currency.
Exactly.
Right. So now you can push now for something, and you know that you don't have currency as in cash. Check out for other currencies God has placed in you.
Exactly.
A currency can be your energy. You have energy to do something. Utilize that energy. Put it into something. See, sometimes, don't worry, we'll share our story. We'll share our story. They don't know what it took us to shoot this particular episode now.
This one that we are in now.
They don't know what it took us. They don't know the sacrifice. In fact, they don't even know the
Bible. This is 7. This is to 8. This is like 25 minutes to 8.
25 minutes to 8.
And it's Sunday.
On a Sunday, we are since 7.
7 o'clock. So it
put your energy. See, just look. Everything boils down to catch a vision. If you catch a vision, your energy, run with it. That's why everything boils down also to having a relationship with God. Let God show you something. See, just see something. You will run. You will run. If you don't have energy, and if you don't have money, you can have energy. If you don't have energy, you can have people. Just look out for the currency God has placed in you. Utilize it towards that vision. Then one channel or one currency can bet the other currency. If you don't have money, but you have relationships, very soon that relationship will bring money. Bam. I don't stop finish.
I want to see more close. So much wisdom was dropped in this episode. Right? Like you said, right? Do not put yourself under pressure as a young person. It's not necessary. Again, we will use this example. Every solid structure that is built takes time. Whatever you are building, whatever God has told you that you are going to become, it will take time before you become it. Right? So please, don't put yourself under. Allow them. And let me say this. Because somebody is doing it does not mean it will not happen to you. But allow it in His time. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "For He has made everything in His time." In His time. The timing of God is the best. Right? So please don't put yourself under pressure. We're wrapping up. All right. Like, share. Look at the ambience of this episode. We're bringing. Look at what
Thanks to you.
no boy has brought. He has fled his wisdom and knowledge. Right. So like, share, subscribe, share to your friends, share to your family, share to your enemy, share to everybody.
Yes.
Right. We'll be dropping content every week, back to back. See, we just told you it took us. We were about to cancel this week, so right. But because we made a promise to you, you are the most important people to us. We said no, we must be here, right? We are busy people. We have things that are doing. Tomorrow I'm up and active. Early in the morning, everybody is the same thing, right? But we are there on a Sunday, right? It takes a lot. So please support us, support the vision. And so we've talked about we have our what do you call it, our website, right? That you can we'll display it on the screen, right? So that we can just go there and connect with us. And if you want to be a guest, you have words that will make the heart of man tremble, please indicate, right? I will bring you up here. Alright guys, it has been a very, very amazing episode. I trust that your week is going to be blessed. Thank you so much for tuning in. Your week is blessed. Amen.
Amen.
We'll see you guys.
Bye for now.
Yeah, bye.